The UK Home Secretary from September 2022 till October 2023, Suella Braverman, has been sacked by the UK Prime Minister, and a new Home Secretary, James Cleverly, has been appointed. Now, James Cleverly has been a member of Parliament for a couple of years here in the United Kingdom, and he has also been part of the votes for different immigration policies being proposed by the UK Home Secretary. And in this video, I'm going to share with you his stand on some of the past immigration policy proposed to the House of Parliament and what we should expect from him as the new Home Office Secretary. And the honest truth about this is, if you're on a pre-settlement visa in the UK, this includes people on the student visa, skilled worker visa, global talent visa, they need to watch this video so as to know what we should expect from the new Home Secretary. And also the past Prime Minister here in the UK, David Cameron, has also been reintroduced back to the cabinet for this new government, and also some of his past policies in relation to immigration will also be discussed in this video. So if this sounds like something you'd like to know, don't go anywhere, keep watching to the end. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, hit the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And my returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. Thank you for being here. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. In the early hours of today, there's been a lot of news going around as regards the resignation letter written by the former Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, in relation to her termination from office. And it's really been causing a lot of noise across the media because of the tone and the language she used in the resignation letter. So I'd like you to have a look at some of the conversation being discussed on the media in relation to our resignation.
At the time, governmental resignation or departure letters and statements were polite affairs where resentment and frustration were carefully hidden in ritualistic politeness. But if Suella Braverman first controversially used the term hate to describe pro-Palestinian protests a fortnight ago, it was hard to describe her broadside today as anything but a hate letter. Fired yesterday as Home Secretary, Mrs. Braverman fired back today with 3 pages of vitriol. She said Rishi Sunak had no mandate to be Prime Minister and had only got the job with her backing. Humility, not necessarily her strong point. He had betrayed her trust and that of the British people, she went on, over stopping the migrant boats, amongst other promises. Uplifting, it certainly was not, and the party looks more split than ever tonight.
A new-look cabinet with even a former Prime Minister looking on. Rishi Sunak was hoping today would be a fresh start, with his brand new team all singing from the same hymn sheet.
Our purpose is nothing less than to make the long-term decisions that are going to change our country for the better, and I know that this strong and united team is going to deliver that change.
A seemingly not so subtle dig about the outspoken and outgoing Home Secretary, who today finally responded to being sacked, and she did not hold back. In a scathing 3-page letter, Suella Braverman says to Rishi Sunak she accepted the job as Home Secretary despite you being rejected by a majority of party members during the summer leadership contest and thus having no personal mandate to be Prime Minister. She goes on and talks about the political pledges they made together and says, "You have manifestly and repeatedly failed to deliver on every single one of these key policies. I must surely conclude now you never had any intention of keeping your promises." She then says, "You opted for wishful thinking as a comfort blanket to avoid making hard choices," and concludes by saying the Prime Minister has been uncertain, weak, and lacking in the qualities of leadership this country needs. It is a devastating letter, indicative of a divided party. Today, a group of Tory backbenchers raised concerns about...
On the 10th of November 2023, His Royal Majesty the King has approved the appointment of James Cleverly as the new Home Secretary and also approved the appointment of David Cameron as the Secretary of State for Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Affairs. Now the question is, how does this impact immigrants in the United Kingdom? And it's important to know that these 2 appointments has is going to play a major important role in relation to decisions being made by the current UK government. Now, for immigrants, you need to know what the stand of these two individuals is in relation to immigration. And I'm going to be talking about the, for the Home Secretary, the new Home Secretary, James Cleverly, his thought in relation to immigration, net migration, and immigration policy generally. Now, it's no longer news that David Cameron was a prime minister at some point over a decade ago, and his stance in relation to Home Secretary, in relation to immigration, is really clear. Now, about 10 years ago, David Cameron started the the propaganda that the net migration in the UK should be reduced, and according to him 10 years ago, he said we cannot allow migration to stop immigration to be a substitute for training our own workforce and giving them incentive to work. So his immigration policy is around training more of people in the UK than bringing new individuals into the UK. So his policy in relation to that was super clear, and it's believed that although after 10 years, what he said has not really been put into place. Instead of immigration, number of net immigration going up is actually going down is actually going high. So that's really a sad reality. However, we're believing that he is going to bring something to the table in relation to that, as his new appointment into the cabinet has been approved by the king. Now, for James Cleverly, who is the new Home Office Secretary, who is going to be making most of the decisions, making a lot of propositions, we need to look at what his thoughts are, based on the previous immigration, what did he actually vote for. Now, for James Cleverly, in relation to home affairs, he has consistently voted for merging police and fire services under Police and Crime Commissioner, and also he has consistently voted for mass surveillance of people's communication and activities, and also these are one of the things that he has actually voted for. And also he has consistently voted for requiring mass retention of information about communication, and also he has generally voted for stronger enforcement of immigration rules. So he's someone that has always been a supporter of the fact that there should be a stricter enforcement to immigration rules. Make sure that people comply to, the pros and cons, the things they could do and could not do on the visa category they currently belong to. And also he has also generally voted for a stricter asylum system, and I believe that this is one of the things that has really been causing issue between the former Home Secretary and the present Prime Minister. The former Home Secretary wants the Prime Minister to enforce the rules in relation to asylum seekers, like transporting asylum seekers from the UK down to Rwanda. But she seems that, or she believes that the Home Office, the Prime Minister, is not strong-willed enough to put that into law. So as sad as that is, the good thing is that the new Home Secretary has also voted for strict asylum system. So we're looking at how this is going to play out in the UK government in the next couple of months before the election, and also how it's going to affect people on the pre-settlement visa categories, what more stricter policies will be passed into law, what more proposed measures would be communicated to the Home of Parliament. So we're really fingers crossed, hoping to see what James Cleverly, the new Home Office Secretary, is going to do or implement in the next couple of months in relation to immigration policies. So if you find this video useful, click on the like button. If you have any question or your thoughts as regards the reshuffling of the UK government cabinet, please state in the comment section. And if you are coming across our channel for the first time, please hit the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And my 30 subscribers, thank you guys for being there. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you.